Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asian Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Tuesday, the 9th of April. Action against terror camps in Pakistan was not hot pursuit, says Indian Interior Minister. Pakistani opposition leader Shehbaz Sharif indicted in corruption case. And 3 US service members, 1 contractor killed in Afghanistan. And now for all the details. India's Interior Minister Rajnath Singh on Tuesday said that India's surgical strikes and February 26th airstrike across the line of control in Pakistan cannot be termed as hot pursuit. He said the strikes were conducted in the aftermath of terror attacks on Indian security forces and only targeted terror camps.
India's Interior Minister Rajnath Singh on Tuesday said that India's surgical strikes and airstrike across the line of control in Pakistan cannot be termed as hot pursuit against terrorism. In an exclusive interview with ANI news agency, Singh said that Indian armed forces only targeted the terror training camps and no innocent civilians were harmed in the strikes inside Pakistan. The airstrike in late February was conducted in the aftermath of a suicide bombing which killed at least 40 Central Reserve Police Force personnel in India's Jammu and Kashmir. The attack was claimed by Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed terror group.
दूसरी चीज को हार्ड परसूट और कोल्ड परसूट इस रूप में नहीं करना चाहता. हार्ड परसूट अब उसको कहते हैं कि हम सीधे वहाँ की पाकिस्तान की आर्मी पर अटैक कर देते, जहां मन आता पाकिस्तान में अटैक कर देते, इनोसेंट सिटीजन्स मारे जाते. लेकिन हम लोगों ने पूरा प्रिकॉशन लिया. टेररिस्ट अटैक हुआ, फिराइन अटैक हुआ, उसमें हमारे सीआरपीएफ के जवान मारे गए. तो हम लोगों ने टेररिस्ट सेंटर पर ही, ट्रेनिंग सेंटर पर ही जो है वहां पर जाकर मरे.
On February 26th, the Indian Air Force fighter jets claimed to have bombed Jaish-e-Mohammed's advanced training camp inside Pakistan. Islamabad retaliated by attempting to target Indian military installations the next day. However, the Indian Air Force thwarted its plans. In 2016 also, the Indian Armed Forces carried out a similar surgical strike and destroyed a number of terror training camps in the aftermath of the Uri terror attack, which killed at least 19 Indian soldiers.
As many as 100 Indian fishermen under Pakistan's custody walked back to the side of the border after being released on Monday. They are the first set of 360 prisoners to be released by Pakistan as a goodwill gesture after recent tensions between the two neighbours seem to have eased.
As many as 100 Indian fishermen under Pakistan's custody walked back to their side of the border after being released at Wagah-Atari border on Monday. They are the first set of 360 prisoners to be released by Pakistan as a goodwill gesture after the tensions between the nuclear-armed neighbours had escalated following a deadly attack on an Indian paramilitary convoy in February, which was claimed by Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed terror group. The fishermen were arrested on the charges of trespassing into Pakistan's waters. Due to the rocky relations between the two sides, prisoners who have completed their jail terms often languish in each other's jails for years. According to the lists exchanged by both sides in January, there are 347 Pakistani prisoners in Indian jails, out of which 98 are fishermen. There are 537 Indian prisoners in Pakistani jails, 483 of whom are fishermen.
In news from Pakistan, Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz President Shehbaz Sharif and his son Hamza were indicted in Ramzan Sugar Mill's corruption case by an accountability court on Tuesday. Both the father-son duo have been accused of illegal use of public funds and misuse of authority.
An accountability court on Tuesday indicted Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz or PMLN chief Shehbaz Sharif and his son Hamza Shehbaz in the Ramzan sugar mills corruption case. Both the father-son duo have been accused of misusing their authority and for the illegal use of public funds for a drain for the mills, of which Hamza is a director. According to the National Accountability Bureau, the funds for the drain, which come to about Rs 200 million, had been released by then Punjab Province Chief Minister Shehbaz Sharif, local media reports said. Shehbaz Sharif served as a Chief Minister of the politically crucial Punjab Province from 2013 to 2018. He became PMLN president after his elder brother, former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, was barred from holding the top party position and other public posts over corruption charges. Shehbaz Sharif has already been indicted along with 9 others in Ashiana housing scam case and is out on bail.
In news from Afghanistan, 3 US service members and an American contractor were killed in Afghanistan after an improvised explosive detonated on Monday. The incident took place near Bagram Air Base, close to Afghan capital Kabul, and was claimed by the Taliban.
Bloodstains and debris littered the spot on Tuesday where 3 US service members and an American contractor were killed in Afghanistan on Monday by an improvised explosive device. 3 other US service members were also wounded in the incident near Bagram Air Base close to Afghan capital Kabul, the NATO-led Resolute Support Mission said in a statement. A spokesperson for the US forces in Afghanistan said a car bomb had detonated near a security convoy. The Taliban has claimed responsibility for the attack.
انتحاری بود یک موتر پرتونر بود از همینجا در ایران ما آمدیم همینجا پیش شد یک موتر سفید ایلکس اینجا ایستاد بود همین از همین ایلکس هم پیش شد که همین تو آمد همین تو زد موتر دیگه دو تا از یک تانک پیش شد دیگه تانک زد که زد انفجار داد
مقصد همین بوده که همین امریکا را بزنه انتحار کنه خودش انتحاری بوده موترش هم
The latest deaths bring the number of US service member deaths in Afghanistan to 7 in 2019 and a total of 68 US military deaths since January 2015, according to US government and NATO reports. Violence has been relentless in Afghanistan even though Taliban militants have held several rounds of talks with US officials about a peace settlement.
4 Indian fishermen were apprehended and their boat was seized by the Sri Lankan Navy on Tuesday for allegedly fishing in its waters. Fishermen from both the countries frequently stray into each other's territory and then end up spending years in jails.
4 Indian fishermen were arrested by Sri Lankan Navy on Tuesday for allegedly fishing illegally in its waters, a fishermen association leader confirmed. The Sri Lankan authorities arrested the 4 fishermen along with their boat, he said. Earlier, 18 Indian fishermen were arrested and 3 fishing boats were impounded by the Sri Lankan Navy on April 4 for allegedly breaching the international maritime boundary line and fishing illegally in its waters.
இன்னைக்கு ராமேஸ்வரத்திலிருந்து மீன் பிடிக்க சென்ற ஒரு படகு 4 மீனவர்களையும் இலங்கை கடற்படை பிடித்து காங்கேசன் முகாமில் வச்சிருக்காங்க. இப்போ ஜெயில்ல அடைச்சிடுவாங்க படகை பறிமுதல் பண்ணிடுவாங்க.
India shares an expansive oceanic border with Sri Lanka without any perceptible demarcation, and fishermen on both sides ignore rules while netting their catch. Sri Lanka has long fumed over poaching and illegal fishing by Indian fishermen that it says depletes the catch of its own fishermen.
Indian Army on Monday inducted the first batch of indigenously developed artillery gun Dhanush into service in central Jabalpur city. It has an inertial navigation and modern target acquisition system.
The Indian Army on Monday inducted the first batch of indigenously developed artillery gun Dhanush into service in central Jabalpur city. The 155x45 mm towed howitzer is made with the technology imported from Swedish defense manufacturing company Bofors. Dhanush has an inertial navigation and cutting-edge communication system, day and night operational capability and modern target acquisition system.
Dhanush एक इंडिजिनस मीडियम गन है जो कि बोफोर्स की ट्रांसफर ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी पर बनाई गई है इसमें इलेक्ट्रॉनिक में अपग्रेड है और मैकेनिकल अपग्रेड है और इसके कारण ये गन बहुत पोटेंट है और हमारे इंडियन आर्मी की ज़रूरतों के हिसाब से बहुत ही अच्छी गन है।
The artillery gun weighs less than 13 tons and has got easy maneuverability for counter-terror operations. The first batch consists of 6 artillery guns and an order of 114 howitzers that would be built locally has already been placed by the Indian Army.
A 104-year-old woman in a remote town in India's northeastern Assam province is all set to vote in the upcoming general election in the country. She would reportedly be the oldest voter to cast her vote in the general election scheduled to begin from April 11.
A 104-year-old woman Lakhi Pal, who lives in the remote town of Moranhat in India's northeastern Assam province, is all set to vote in the upcoming general elections in the country. The centenarian is being reported as the oldest voter in the country to cast her vote in the general election that would begin on April 11. The two-room cottage where the centenarian lives along with her son and daughter lacks basic facilities like electricity and gas, but she remains undeterred by these setbacks.
बोलती हैं जे मम्मी बोलती है हाँ ये वोट ढलना अच्छा बात है वो हमको ढलेगी वो देश का सम्मान है.
A team of election officials had earlier visited Lakhi's house and special arrangements are being made for taking her to the polling station on the voting day.
Women dressed in traditional attires on Monday gathered in India's northeastern Guwahati city to celebrate the colourful Hindu festival of Gangor. The festival marks the culmination of 16-day-long special prayers that begin on the Hindu festival of colours, Holi.
Women dressed in traditional attires on Monday gathered in India's northern Guwahati city to celebrate the colourful Hindu festival of Gangor. The women offered prayers, performed rituals and immersed beautifully decorated idols made of clay, wood and other materials in water to mark the auspicious occasion. According to the tradition, young unmarried girls worship idols of Gangor to get good husbands, while the married women perform prayers for the prosperity, health and long life of their husbands.
हाँ, ये हम लोगों का एक बहुत ही अच्छा और बड़ा त्योहार है. ये 16 दिन की गंगोर होती है. हमारी लड़कियां 16 दिन पूजती है और हम लोग शादीशुदा एक दिन पूजते हैं.
हम लोग सब सुहागन लेडीज पूजा करते हैं इस मामले में और बहुत पार्वती माता सबको सुहाग बांटती है. इस पर सदियों मनाया जा रहा है. ये शिव जी और पार्वती जी का त्योहार है.
Gangor festival marks a culmination of 16-day-long special prayers that began on the Hindu festival of colours, Holi. It is celebrated in many provinces of the country, including Rajasthan, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat, where people break out into rites of colours, devotion and local delicacies to celebrate the festival.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Action against terror camps in Pakistan was not hot pursuit, says Indian Interior Minister. Pakistani opposition leader Shehbaz Sharif indicted in corruption case. And 3 US service members, 1 contractor killed in Afghanistan. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.